Welcome back, Embers, or if you're new here, my name is Stone, my pronouns are they, them, and let's get into this video. So, we have my intro for Pan That Palette this year. So I know a lot of people did pan to plan videos and help me pick out my palette for next year, but I knew exactly what I was gonna do for this year, and that is because I'm doing the same palette that I did last year. I will leave a link in the description to the playlist of last year's Pan That palette so that you can see what I'm doing. But if you're new here, let's talk about what I'm doing. So this year I'm going to continue working on two palettes. These are my two original palettes, the first palettes I ever got. And that is, we'll start with my plans for my Divina. So my Divina palette looks like this. These three shades are not from Divina. They are not included in this palette. So what I want to do this year is I've decided that I want to do another use goal, but I want to just work on this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade. So this little L of colors, because I find I already use the black because it's a black. These two shades, the two reds, I find I use specifically when I want those colors. They're very specific colors, and same with the blues. They're just kind of colors that I use when I want like a very specific look. These are like very specific colors, whereas this L I just kind of use for a lot of different things. They're more versatile for me, and so I just want to give myself a chance to use those colors more. So this year I'm going to do a 15 use goal on all of these. So basically, to get through my year and hit 15 uses on the 4 of those, all I need to do is use one of them 5 times a month, or use any of them 5 times a month. So that's going to be my goal going forward, is every month I want to hit 5 uses between these shades. And you'll also see that this shade has quite a big dip. So the first year I tried to do, I did pan those eyeshadows. I rolled in this for 15 uses, and then I used it another 5 times this last year. So it actually has a pretty good dip in it. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit pan in another 15 uses, but we'll definitely, if this is what 15 uses looks like, this should have a really big dip by the time next year rolls around, hopefully. And hopefully this one and this one will also start to have dips. These are really deep shades, and so they're going to take forever to actually hit pan on, and then an even longer forever to finish, but I just want to get 15 uses on those. So that's my goal for this one. And then we have my main palette where I'm actually panning my Be Perfect Carnival 3. So again, I worked on this all for like 6 months of last year, maybe a little bit more. And this is what we're looking like right now. And you can see I have a bunch of pans already. I have 22 pans in this. It's a 40 pan palette. So my goal for the end of the year is to pan all the rest of the shades. I want to have pan on everything by the end of the year. And so the way I think I'm going to go about this, I've already decided that I have a plan. I come in with a plan, and that is that to hit every shade, I need to, which is 18 shades by the way, to get all 18 shades panned, I need to get at least 1 pan every month. And then on top of that, every other month, I need 2 pans. So 1 month I need 1 pan, the next month I need 2 pans, or I need 2 pans the first month, 1 pan the next, 2 pans, 1 pan, 2 pans, 1 pan. And so what I'm gonna do with this palette is I'm gonna pick 2 shades in the palette to work on every month, regardless of if I need 2 pans or 1 pan. And once I get either my 2 pans or my 1 pan, depending on the month, I'm gonna move on to working on getting my uses on my Divina. Of course, I can get them at the same time, but my focus is gonna be first and foremost on this palette, getting the pans I need. Once I get the pans I need for the month, I will move on to focusing on this and getting my 5 uses. And then after that, I will focus on my project Level Up, which you will see the intro of at some point, maybe you've already seen it. I'm not sure how I'm pretty sure I'm doing it second, so you should see this video first. But yeah, my focus is going to be first on getting the pans on here. Secondly, getting my uses on this, and then Project Level Up will be my background project. Because this is the goal. This is the main goal. This is the main thing I want to do. So yeah, as long as I hit 1 or 2 pans every month, I will be golden. So, like I said, I'm going to pick 2 colors to use every month. And yeah, when I was doing this project before, I would kind of near the end do the same thing, but I would always pick one color that was really close to pan. And this year I've already picked my colors. You might be able to tell. It's the first of the month. You might be able to tell what my colors are. My colors for this month are going to be the Deep and Lagoon. Of course, I'm going to use lots of other things, some things with pan, some things without pan. But these are the 2 colors I'm really going to focus on this month. And I'd like to start off this project with a bang, this year with a bang, and get 2 pans. I'm not sure if they're going to be these 2 pans, because of course I'm using other colors with these. Like today, for instance, my shimmer is Blue Moon, and I'm probably going to do that again because it's really quite pretty on the eyes. So I might use Blue Moon more, because Blue Moon, even though it looks really purple, ooh, you can kind of see it. It's like blue, purple, kind of pink. The shimmers in it are really pink. The base is very like purpley blue. So yeah, I've been using this a lot, so I might hit pan on that before these 2, and that's okay. If I hit pan on something other than these 2, that still counts. I'm still fine. But my focus, because it's January, I thought I would focus on the blues in this palette. I thought they were really appropriate. And yeah, this is my first look for the year. Now, is there anything else I need to talk about? I said 2 focus shades. I told you what palettes we're going to do. I told you how I'm planning on working on this. Ooh, okay, some other things that I want to say before we're done this is that there's a couple things that I did last year that really excite me. For one, I used every shade. I have pan on every shade in this top row, and I have pan on every shade in this row. And there's a couple rows that I'm close to doing that with. So there's this row right here that all I need to do is hit pan on Coral. Oh, I remember what I was supposed to say. But yeah, I need to hit pan on Coral to have another row completely done. And those are things that are gonna just happen naturally, but I'm excited. So the other thing I wanted to say is that I may have bought a new palette. It hasn't gotten here yet, but I've done some swatches, and there are 3 shades in this new palette, which is a 12 pan. That are dupes for shades in here, and those shades are Blaze, Coral, and Reef. So those are 3 shades I'd like to focus on the whole year and try and just get as much usage as possible. A lot of these shades, like Reef and Coral, are very much summer shades. But I might be using them as pops of color in various looks. Actually, I could probably do it with Lagoon, and it would look really pretty, Lagoon and Coral together. So you're going to see those colors pop up over and over again, even though I already have a pan on Blaze, just because they're shades that are going to be duplicates in my collection, and I prefer to get them. Oh, wait, it wasn't Reef. It was the Deep, actually. It's the Deep, Coral, and Blaze. I thought Reef was one of them that would be really similar, but I ended up deciding that it wasn't that similar to anything in the palette. So yeah, I meant it's the Deep, Coral, and Blaze. So these are colors that I'm going to be trying to use up as soon as possible. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this year, but they are shades I want to kind of focus on as I'm also working on panning the rest of these. So yeah, don't be surprised if you see these 3 colors come up a lot. And yeah, I'm very excited. Ooh, I blinded you, I'm sorry, for this project, and I will see you guys later. Bye.